We know there's a site of grace over here somewhere. So we'll make our way to that. And then I guess we'll press on in the direction Sam was going to go, but then they'll end up with different directions at some point soon enough, I'm sure. We'll get another scatter tree fragment because we like those. Do we have enough? Is the question. Yeah. Another blessing. Very good. So I guess we're crossing this bridge now as well, because Lulu went that way and didn't find any other way into this fortified area. So up we go. Oh! We got back on the horse for no reason. That's a troll. Castle Ensis. Very well. Hi, troll. Can we just keep throwing rocks in your legs? We can. Can we then get in and give you a crit? We can. Yeah. I figured some sort of hit was coming there. We'll just avoid some of that if we can. And then he's down again. Which means he's nearly done for. Whoops. Big range on this sword, but... Whee! Middle meteor saves the day. Now, are you going to stay dead? Or are you the sort that respawns? Somber 9 and Royal Magic Grease. Heavy magic damage. Believed to have once been bestowed on low-ranking carrier knights in lieu of the Fellowship's characteristic swords. Cool. Oh yeah, we can't use horse. So we've got two ways. We've got up there. And we've got a little hut to the right. It's got a mage in it of some sort. This is a place for magic users then. We'll just have a look round little hut first, before we tangle with that lad. And our reward is a somber 3. So the DLC is giving you a good mix of different strengths of somber, just in case you've come here early or something, or just in case you want a new weapon. And you haven't got all the bell bearings. Oi. Hit pretty hard. And a Shadow Realm rune for our troubles. And that's about it. So up the big steps. And then this item is up for grabs. A broken rune. Okay. What horrors await? The paranoia of entering an area for the first time is set in. And there is indeed a man. A man that's looking at us. And his dog. Ah! Turns out that man is actually piss weak. But here's his friend. He's also not all that. Caught us by surprise slightly though. Another dog. Come on, lock on. There we go. What mad treasure do we have here? It is... Milady. Interesting. Now, what are we looking at? A light greatsword. That's new. A blade matching the length of a greatsword while being constrained to a minimal weight. Nicknamed after ladies of noble status for its refined appearance. So you can use it as swiftly as you might a straight sword. That sounds really cool. I'm inclined to try and use that, you know. Let's see, what sort of stats does it require? 12 strength, that's not very high. We could potentially get 12 strength. And we could also two-hand it. Ooh. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I'm digging that moveset. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Yes, is the answer to the question, will we try and use that blade? I think Milady could become Cherry's first DLC weapon. With the right... It seems like a generic weapon, so I should be able to put an Ash of War on it that gives it magic attunement. And then that should do reasonable damage for her. And up we go further. So it's like... This isn't a legacy dungeon, it's just a place. It's just a place. Now, are you gonna just... Yeah, you're just gonna block everything, aren't you? That's what you do. Oh, God. And then you're immediately gonna wreck us because... Well, we just got hit and then couldn't stop getting hit again. Didn't get a chance to get behind you. Now, there was another item that we didn't get up there. Can we get to it from here, though? No, we are going to have to go up. We'll probably deal with that Black Knight. But yeah, it's a quick and easy run back. Now, do we deal with that Black Knight first, or do we deal with his mooks? Mooks first. Now, where was that item? If we don't get it from up here, where do we get it from? Oh, it's down there. So maybe we do get it by dropping down here. Also, I saw one of Mesmer's crosses ahead. It's a bolt. It's like the least worthwhile item in the world. Is there anything over here, Ghost Friend? I guess the answer to that is a no. Could we have just come around to get that item? Maybe, maybe not. But there's a second one. A glint slab firefly. Okay. So, magic, not great against these guys because they can just block all day. But, trying to backstab the bugger also wasn't great, so maybe we can at least break his guard with a bunch of rock sling. Or maybe not. There we go, we just need him to do the right attack. Ah, bollocks. But then he hits twice and we're dead. I mean, yes, we weren't quite at full health, but still. Bit of a pain. But if we keep doing this, we'll get 25 free runes every time, and before you know it, we'll have enough for another level up. Maybe I should get some of those night sorceries on Cherry, like the ambush one that attacks people from behind. That could be good. I mean, maybe I've got them, and I just haven't been using them because I'm a big idiot. Maybe we start with Ranni's Dark Moon. Is that going to do more damage? Depends if we can get a hit off before he notices. I mean, he certainly spotted us. Yeah, it's those bloody... Oh, shit. Forgot to change back to my sword. It's those shield bashes that get me, because I just can't see them coming. Oh, come on! We were miles away from him. Right, Ranni's Moon did do good damage, but then we had to go back to regular stuff after that because he got too close. He's just such a pain because he's got the big shield and he just blocks magic in the same way as he'd block a sword. It's like, what's the point in magic if it can just be blocked in the same way as blades, but uses FP? He's the worst, basically. And I'm salty. There better be a Sight of Grace somewhere not far behind him. I did see a cross of Miquella, which is nice. Yeah, we'll start with the moon. Because that did hit him last time. And it did good damage. And that does way too much range. I suppose if we let him get close, then he drops his guard long enough to hit us. And that just gives us an opportunity to get rid. Good. If we come around the corner now and there's a second one, that would be sad times. But we're going to ignore those two mooks on the right, because there is a cross of Miquella. And there is a Sight of Grace, thank goodness. So, another fragment. And the Castle Cross message. Abandon here the flesh of my body. Yes, you do. Message left by the Needle Knight, Leda. So, Needle Knight being a reference to Miquella's needle, I guess. Kind Miquella seeks the tower sealed by shadow and the gate of divinity found there. If we're to reach him, we must burn the tree that seals the path, and for that we require a flame. We know how to burn trees. Although we don't have the same thing that we used last time to burn a tree. Because she is gone. Very sad. Now, we're quite a way off another level's worth of runes, so maybe let's pop back to Round Table. We're still heavy load if we equip just Milady instead of our two curved swords. That's sad. Blythe's armour is quite heavy. We could go for some Mesmer Soldier armour. We could go for some Gravebird armour. It does look cool. I'll give it that. It's not really got the kind of protection I'm looking for, but it looks cool. And we do have an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Well, we've got two in fact, so yeah, why not? Let's get it all the way up to 25. Now, Ashes of War. We do have Thingamajig, Glintblade Phalanx. We don't have a lot, to be honest. We could put one of the others on, but then if we put on that Bloody Slash, can we still change it to magic? No. Savage Lion's Claw. It's just fun. We could go magic on it. Yeah. That works for me. Now let's go back and check out our new area. So that's that way pretty much explored. Let's go up the stairs. And we've got what? An interesting looking guy. You're new. Oh, you're beefy as well. Can we stag you with any of this? Yeah, we can, eventually. No clue as to who he is, though. I see that Gravebird up there, but yeah, we've got nothing on our bar. We could, though. We could. We've got Moog Shackle on there, which I'd forgotten about, which we can use to trigger hidden doors and whatnot, if we need to. So let's move that down onto a bit that we don't necessarily use. And let's put a throwing item on here. So, yeah, cookery will do. So if we ever want to pull an enemy down, we can just do it like so, in the same way as any other character would drink their blue flask. But Wes doesn't have blue flasks because he's a big dummy. Alright, come on, bird. There you are. Good. And then this way is down. So we've got an up and a down. Down seems promising first. Yep. Saw that lad out the corner of my eye. Not surprised by his presence. He can shoot me without being able to see me though, which is cheap. So he gets a backstab. Entirely unnecessary. The swing would have got him, but that's what he gets for being a knob. Then this leads up to rooftops again. Oh, sorry friend. I didn't see you there. But maybe we do this one step at a time. And we finish off the down first. Dastard ahead. Strong foe and then no secret passage. I mean, you're not strong. You're just a goober.
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
There we go, there's our strong foe. We can't bleed him easily. Maybe we'll use a flask, just cause. And then we'll try that on him. Okay. Stop being a dastard. And let me backstab you. I'll also settle for staggering you if I can. Or just killing you.
Graceless heathen, thou shalt not evade the flame of my...
Well, we've got Crusade Insignia. So, Fire Knight Queeglin has died. And we got back some flasks. That's nice. So it's not a traditional legacy dungeon then. You can regenerate flasks in here. The Crusade Insignia raises attack power after defeating an enemy. That's interesting. A raised spear on a backdrop of flames. The warriors who fought in Messmer's crusade set aside both honour and mercy to wantonly impale and scorch those deemed impure. Those who felt invigorated by each cry of death were the same men who were certain of the sanctity of the campaign. So Messmer was leading a campaign against the Tarnished. Against those stripped of the grace of gold. Why was he doing this? Is this something we're going to learn? That he was a child of Marika. And Marika issued the decree to strip everyone of the grace of gold. So does he think that because she did that, that they are unworthy of survival? I mean, it doesn't really matter in the long run, because we're just going to kill it. But knowing his motives would be kind of cool. Shriek of Sorrow, the Ash of War. Let's have a look. Occult Affinity. Scream, causing nearby enemies to flinch. Boost your attack power based on the amount of HP remaining. So the lower HP you've got, the more attack power you gain. That's cool. It's a cult, so potentially Sammy or Lulu could use it. Although you can also switch up the affinities. So now in this direction we've got the rooftops. which lead to some blokes. Is that just a way of us being able to see these blokes before they ambush us? Because I think this all leads around from the same spot over here. Yeah. Yeah, instead of going up those rooftops, we could just come around to the left and up the stairs. But then we'd have a new choice. Do we go straight on or do we go right? Or is straight on blocked off? Yeah. Straight on then it is just blocked off. So we are going this way. We've only got the one route. We've taken out ambush number 1. There is ambush number 2. If he can be called ambush at all. Oh, heck. Didn't see ambush number 3 coming. That's what I get. And then up here we have a better view of our next opponent, but that's about it. So we've got one guy there. Oh, there's a second guy there. Hello. Yeah, you were going to sneak up on me, weren't you? Well, come around here. We'll do this like honest chaps. Now I can take out your mate. And what are you? Whatever you are, you don't look happy about it. And then we approach the waterfall. Nice try, friend. Iframes. And a bit of string. Nice little place. There's nothing terribly challenging at this point. The storeroom key. We have passed a couple of key spots, haven't we? Open the door to the storeroom on the 2nd floor of Ballarat. Is that back the way we came? Should be this one over here, if I'm right. Yes, good. We've opened a storeroom. What are we storing in it? Is it ambush? No? Is that a person? That looks kind of like a person. Might be a dead person. Oh no. Hello.
Who art thou, stranger? By the look of thee, another of Messmer's peons, methinks. Tell me, does thy kind never weary grow? How do these old bones fascinate thee yet? Our lands were by thy kind set aflame, our tower by thy kind veiled in shadow. Thou camest, robbing us of all, spoiling all. Have ye not basked in these deeds long enough? Listen, progeny of the wanton's trumpet. For thy sins thou shalt have thy recompense. The sacred beast shall unleash its ire. Till then, with this old hag, do what thou wilt, for all the good it'll do thee in the end.
Okay, so Marika's a wanton strumpet, is she?
For what reason dost thou falter, villain? Enact thy sordid work with fullest pride. Else tuck away thy tail and leave for good. Loathsome issue of the rotten strumpet.
We're not here to hurt you. We just popped in to say hello, really.
Begone. These lands were ours since times of old.
Okay.
Begone.
Yeah, that's
These
all she's got to
lands were
say.
ours since times of old.
Well, we'll be on our way. Some mention of a sacred beast. I may well have seen that in the trailers. So I may know what she's referring to there. And this door takes us to where exactly? shortcut. Yeah, it takes us back down to where we can then run up to that site of grace again. It's not a huge shortcut, because we could just go back out here and across the bridge once again. There wasn't a ladder or anything that we needed to kick down, was there? No. No, so I think we'll just stay up here and run back. So there's nothing terribly useful for us in that storeroom right now. Maybe we'll come back to her after we've beaten the beast that she mentioned. See what she says once that's been given a good kicking. So that might be a shortcut back to something later, because we certainly can't jump across there right now. Oh, hello, gentlemen. You want some? Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe some is what you in fact did not want. It's what you got regardless. Going up feels more like progress than going down, so given the choice, we'll go down first. And in this case it was just some throwing daggers. First off left, and then seek left. Left and then lift ahead. Okay. Are we getting a first big shortcut? That guy seems to know where he's going. And yeah, there is a lift. Is this going to lead to a door that leads us back to our first site of grace? Aha. There we go. And there's our site of grace. Fantastic. Oh, we've got another Shadow Realm blessing. Or, oh no, another Spirit Ash one. Yep. Jolly good. And we need, what, 11,000 odd runes for a level. More endurance. This is the way. Maybe at some point I should go back and get some more golden seeds as well, because we've only got 12 flasks. Which feels a bit light. We could have 14 right now. But now that we've gone left and sought left, what have we got? Spider scorpions. They don't actually inflict poison damage, the silly buggers. I mean, they don't actually inflict much damage. Even the big ones aren't terribly tough. But still. Oh wait, this one's got a bit of health. Down it goes, regardless. No real reason to jump up there aside from vandalism. Oh, you got a friend, have you? Okay, that one's pretty weak. So maybe we can get up there later. But for now we get the bone bow. Looks like your pretty standard sort of light bow. A medium for spirit calling and a product of the ancient hexing arts of the tower. Rancor shot. Yeah, so it's got like homing arrows. Kind of cool. I assume there's no hidden doors in here, but we can easily check. Assuming, of course, that still works and it's not been patched. It has been some time since I actually completed the playthroughs on the other characters. On these characters, even. Ah! Get off me! You wretch. Fly mold. That's a crafting material. Species of fungus. Found by hunting manflies. So, manflies are what we're dealing with here. They are the worst, I've already decided. You'd think I could view a few more of them before I make that rash judgment, but no, these guys are the worst. So they burst out of these cocoons. Perhaps that's how they reproduce, is they cocoon ordinary people, and then when they die they become manflies. Could this be a friend? I mean, it's not attacking us. We'll leave that one for now. There's one of Miquella's crosses. Came this way, did you, Miquella? And therefore a Scanutri fragment. Good. What words do you have to offer here? I abandon here my arm sinistral. So this is where Miquella's left arm was abandoned. So either that means that the arm that is in the cocoon that Mohg was hoarding is the right arm, or there's some sort of metaphysical stuff going on here. And we're not literally talking about arms in that case. A dried bouquet, though. Raises attack power when summoned spirit dies. Oh. That's kind of cool. So like, oh, your summon's dead. It's like, do or die now. Here's a big attack boost. I like that. So I'm not afraid to use summons. Kind of funny. People will be like, oh, summons, it's easy mode. Lol. And then they'll use buffs, which just massively increase their attack power. And it's like, well, we're just doing the same thing. We're just making ourselves stronger. It's just summons are more interesting, my friends. So, do we drop down there? Seems like it can't really hurt. I mean, these guys can. But still. Have we bypassed a bunch of those buggers? Is this where we would have ended up if we'd stayed at ground level? Are those the ones that we saw earlier through the grate? Maybe. Yeah, because that's the other side of the grate. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Form on me, you wretch. Oh, there's another one up there. I didn't even see that other one. Yeah, you get dead. And you get dead. Please? Good. Dozens of them. I feel like we're not gaining much other than very minor items by coming back this way. But we can't say for sure until we've done it on at least one character. Everyone else is going to race through Ballarat using the knowledge that Wes imparts to them.